G'day guys, welcome along to another vintage MRE review. Now, this is part of the pack that was very kindly sent in to me by a subscriber, Michael Mitchell. We sent in 4 of these vintage MREs, and we've done 2, and we've got 2 to go. So, as you can see, this one is one of the older style bags, and you know, we've got some real history in our hands here. So this is menu number 5, beef stew, from the Cadillac Products company. Now I've had a look, and menu number 5 from this era can only be from 1981 through to 1987. So it's anyone's guess. We'll have to crack in and see. Like the 1983 one that I did, it does seem smaller than your average MRE. So it would suggest to me that this is probably going to be on the earlier side of that date range. But anyway, let's crack in, see what we've got. No peelable seal on these dark brown bag puppies. Okay. Well, let's see what we've got. First up, we've got the accessory packet A. Nicely tells you what you've got on it, but let's have a look for ourselves. Alright, one of these cool little boxes of gum. What we'll find in here is that there's no other kind of wrapping, it's just the gum. On its own, there we go, a little bit cracked up. Yep. Weird shade of grey. Oh well, we'll try that later. We've got the MRE matches. These haven't changed much over the decades. Non-dairy creamer. Instant coffee. Packet of salt. The MRE toilet paper. Now this is similar to the other vintage ones I've done. They don't not quite the same anymore. They don't come with this little exterior strap. And somebody did ask me one day to actually open these up. Have a look what we've got. There we go, single sheets, single ply. Enough? Well, I guess that depends, doesn't it? We've got one of the older style spoons here. Quite small, a lot smaller than the normal brown MRE spoons, but yeah, pretty robust. Still much better than, you know, the Eastern European spoons that I've seen. Oh, okay. Got some packaging sticking together there. We have peanut butter. From the Kern Foods Co. Just trying to look for some date codes on here, and I can't see one. I can't see one on the peanut butter. Cocoa beverage powder. Now this is oh, that's solid as, it's just a brick. Yeah, it's powder, Jim, but not as we know it. And here we see these old brown bag MREs, the very early ones, have their entrees kind of fold in half in these little square boxes. But for dessert here we have the cherry nut cake, and we do have some kind of a date there. Could that be the 349th day of 1981? Whoa. Maybe not. Let's see. Beef stew. Let's open her up. Now these older US rations did not come with a flameless ration heater. They come quite a bit further down the track. And interestingly, when you try to pull these out, they're actually stuck. There's a little dab. Glue. There we go. And I've also heard that they stopped doing this on later versions, possibly because when people were boiling these things up, the glue was coming away into their water, and if you want to make a brew with your water, it's not going to be very nice. I believe that's the case anyway. So we've got this retort pouch here, and we do have a number. So is that 5875? This could potentially be no. Okay, well, we'll keep guessing. We have fruit mix. Eat dry or reconstitute in cold water. To reconstitute, cover fruit with water, let soak until soft. Interesting. Okay, so this is the dehydrated fruit. What I can see from this packaging is very similar to the 1983 ration, where the clear is pulling away. I'm not sure if this fruit mix was supposed to be vacuum packed at some point in its life. I'm assuming it was, but the vacuum has very much failed, if that's the case. So we've got some crackers. Okay, this seems quite encouraging. It looks like the vacuum's good on these, but the date still remains a mystery. Just have a good look around and see what I can find. I'll have a look in this cherry nut cake box, see if we get any more clues about the date. Again, the pouch is glued to the box. Oh wow. Okay, so what we have, so it seems, is a ration from 1981. Now this pushes out the envelope even more for me. The oldest ration that I've had so far has been from 1983. So this ration here is 33 years old. Wow. This is actually the first year. This is pretty special, guys. This is the first year that MREs, as we know them, started. You know, in these pouches and with this type of ingredients. Prior to that, I believe it was the the C-type rats that were on issue. So this is amazing. Let's get a good look at it. As you can see, there's no normal beverage. We've just got a cocoa beverage powder, so there's no fruit drink, no flameless ration heater, and moist towelettes, they hadn't come into play yet. So what was going on in 1981, just to put this into perspective? Charles and Diana, their wedding. MTV launched. Raiders of the Lost Ark came out. President Reagan was shot. And IBM released their 5150 PC, running at a blistering 4.77 megahertz. So there we go. Lots happened between the time this ration was made and now, and we're going to open her up and see what secrets await inside. So first up, let's have a look at the cocoa beverage powder. And like I say, it's solid. Now to get into this, we just got to tear at the top. Try to push the stuff down, but it's really solid. Now I'm going to optimistically make this up with hot water, because I don't think we're going to have any chance of getting that to dissolve in cold. There we go. How do you like your cocoa biscuit? What's it smell like? That smells fine. Interesting. Okay. Yep. Smells like you'd expect. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to take a wee while. To do its thing, so I'll just let that dissolve. Look at that, it's interesting. It's almost effervescent, like one of those vitamin tablets, just bubbling away. And we'll go for our coffee too. Oh, okay, interesting. A weird smell. It smells almost like chewing gum. You'd expect that it was chewing gum in here, kind of a pepperminty, almost like a peppermint chocolate smell. Really weird. I don't know if you can tell, but it's some kind of really weird pale colour. What I have noted on the pack here is that it also contains ascorbic acid, so interesting. You've got the vitamin C in your coffee. Chuck in the creamer. And our sugar. We'll just pop our entree into some boiling water for a few minutes, get it nice and hot. And while our entree heats up, let's check out what else we've got here. This is the fruit mix, very, very light, freeze-dried. Like I say, I think the vacuum has failed on this, so it's going to be interesting. The contents inside feel quite squishy. Interesting. Let's see what kind of smell we get. Oh, okay. So it's got a kind of a, I mean, it looks like stale bread, right? It's yeah, pretty interesting. It has a stale bread type smell to it. It's not hugely bad, but it's definitely not right. You see colourful, what is that? I don't know. Odd, vibrant shade of pink. whatever that thing is. And then we can see the little fruit pieces in here. But surrounded by, it's almost like bread. But it can't be. It's funny, I think maybe it's done some kind of weird fermenting and formed that. Yeah, certainly not how it should be. This is going to be good though. Now 33-year-old crackers, which seem to be in fairly good shape. So let's see if we've got a vacuum here. Didn't hear anything. And if you've seen my 1983 video, you'll know that the crackers were a huge source of smell, for lack of a better word. So here we go, they're all in shape, no breakages, look relatively okay. And what do they smell like? Well, much better than the ones from 83. Smell quite waxy, but look at that. Crunchy. Go for our cherry nut cake. Sounds quite nice. This could be interesting. Oh, this doesn't smell too bad. Anybody that remembers the cherry nut cake from this era will be able to tell me how much it's changed over time, but to my untrained eye that looks pretty credible as what you'd expect from an MRE dessert. It's quite moist. It smells just fine. Interesting. And before we check out the entree, let's have a look at the peanut butter. We'll give it a best chance of success. Give it a big knead. Seems like the packs themselves of the peanut butter back in these days were a bit wider. Okay, here we go. 33-year-old peanut butter. Ooh, okay. Right, so it's really quite separated. What I might do is just squirt off some of this oil. There we go. Quite runny. Smells like peanut butter. Actually, we'll ditch that one. And I just want to get down to the really solid stuff. Okay, well, yeah, that solid stuff is really solid, but other than that, really doesn't look too bad. Here we go, 33-year-old beef stew. Smells okay. Oh. Doesn't look the most appealing thing in the world. As you can see, the entree portion sizes back then certainly seem a bit smaller. What can we find in here? It seems all of the beef has, well, it's either sort of minced or it's just disintegrated over time. Some of the visible things we can see are, we've got some carrots, looks like beans, possibly peas. Actually, let's see exactly what we've got. Beef, water, lima beans, carrots, potatoes, yeah, a lot of other chemically sounding things. Let's see, another smell. It smells okay. Okay, here we go, guys. You know what? That tastes fine. Oh, wait a minute. That does not taste fine. Okay, it just goes to show that looks and smell can sometimes be deceiving. So, yeah, if in doubt, try a tiny bit first, because that was pretty bad. It tasted okay initially, but as soon as the aftertaste started coming in, it was definitely something you did not want in your mouth. But in saying that, for 33 years old, not too bad. Now the cherry nut cake, it smells absolutely fine, looks as you'd expect from an MRE dessert, and let's give it a go. Yeah. At a push, you'd probably be able to get through that. The beef stew, in its current state, I think if you had a few more spoons, it'd just be a mess. This, you can definitely tell, I mean, it's 33 years old, things have degraded, broken down a little bit. Aftertaste is pretty weird, very floury. Kind of forms like a, it's kind of floury but oily at the same time. It forms a paste or like a coating in your mouth, which is it's not the most pleasant thing. But I'm really surprised that it's stood up that long. Crackers. Indestructible. Nothing wrong with them. They taste perfect. Let's try a bit with the peanut butter. Peanut butter is fine. Crackers are fine. Coffee. That's all good. The cocoa is a bit questionable. It never did really mix up too well. But it tastes okay. I don't think I'm going to go there with this fruit, just simply because I'm not sure exactly what's gone on to make this kind of bread type substance. I'm assuming some kind of fermentation almost. It's spongy, and I expected the freeze-dried fruit to basically be crunchy. So I think this spongy bread type substance could have possibly have been the dehydrated sugar syrup type stuff, but perhaps over time moisture via the air has got in and kind of made a cake out of it. But I'm sure anybody in the comments will be able to tell us what's potentially happened to this fruit. But yeah, it doesn't smell good, it doesn't look good, so we'll be passing on that. So we've just got the gum. There we go. That neat little beet cheese pack. That's okay, peppermint flavour. Not really turning into much of a gum, it's kind of just disintegrating to some extent. But there we go, guys. So this has been the 1981 menu number 5 beef stew. Thanks once again to Michael Mitchell for sending this in, fantastic. I'm totally blown away. This was the first year that these MREs as we know them came out, and it's lasted surprisingly well. You know, with the exception of a couple of things. The crackers are fine, the peanut butter's fine, this is passable. This, perhaps if you're starving, yeah, I'm not quite sure of the physical effects that this would create. I think it might do more harm than good. I'm sure this fruit stuff is quite benign, and it's just been like a fermentation type process that's happened here. Oh, what the hell? Let's try. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of like bread, but there's a bit of a sweetness going on. But there we go, a glimpse into the past, and you know, anybody that's experienced this particular MRE back in the day, then it'd be great to hear from you, and let me know just how much it differs from the original. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.